Hey, welcome to the Faith Frame Perspective with me, your host, Kimberly Blakes. This is a space for biblical clarity in a time of cultural confusion, where I examine what's happening in today's world through the lens of God's Word. We're living in a time where truth is blurred, confusion is celebrated, and many believers feel pressure to either stay silent or to conform to the ways of this world. Y'all know, if you have followed me on Facebook for any amount of time, that is not me. So I created this space. I created this space for us. This podcast exists to bring clarity, alignment, and biblical perspective in the middle of cultural lies. We put Christ over culture on this podcast, okay? So take a breath, open your hearts, and let's get into today's conversation. So basically, what has happened in Minnesota is Nick Shirley is going around and he's finding out all this extra fraud. So it's not just the daycare centers, right? It's not just the daycare centers. That's what's horrible, is that it's all this other stuff. And what struck me, I was scrolling TikTok and I saw where this girl posted a little clip of it. And he was talking to this guy where it was supposed to be a transportation company, I believe some kind of bus service. And it was supposed to be like, it was this store. They had all these little tiny boxes, rooms in them, I guess, almost like a closet space. And they had all these different businesses in them. Now, we all know that these are not businesses. These are basically setups for scams. So these are fraud setups. And so the woman said something that kind of hit me, and everything just exploded from there. She said they want the benefit of God without him. And it was like, that's it. Oh my goodness, that is it. This is why these people are converging on the United States. This is why they go to Christian nations. Their nations are cursed because they are believing a dead God. They are worshiping a demon God. They are worshiping Satan. And so what happens is, because he does not have any life in him, he does not have the ability to prosper them. Any prosperity he gets, he has to take it from the children of God. Any wisdom he gets, any power he gets, he takes it directly from the children of God, from those who do not know their God. And so what's happened is, because America is blessed, we have been called a Christian nation. This is what we have been founded as. It does not matter what other people say. What has been said by the people that founded this here place, the forefathers, the ones that founded this place, they called it a Christian nation. It was built on Christian principles, just like all of the universities. They were all built on Christian principles. The enemy could not do anything like that. So what he had to do was come in and take from us and make it something else. He does that. We understand he's been doing that since the beginning of time. Look at any great singer. I'll give you an example. Whitney Houston started off singing in the choir. She even said it. She was singing in the choir. She was in the church. She was this and that. And as soon as the enemy offered her some money, because she was not firmly grounded, she had no roots, he was able to snatch her out. The enemy has to come into the church to get the best and the brightest. And this is what he tried a long time ago. Remember Daniel? The king sought to get some people that were wise and that were learned, and Daniel had wisdom. Daniel and his cousins, they all had wisdom. And so that's what the king wanted. He wanted wise men. And so that's what he did when he got Daniel. And so basically, this is what we're seeing today. The enemy does not have a different playbook. And so the enemy has always come into the church, and he has always taken gifts out of the church. He turns them out, and then after a while, he can't use them anymore, so they end up dead or strung out. Because, that's it. He doesn't have life in him. He can't offer life if he doesn't have life. And so that's what we're seeing. And so after she said that, a curtain was pulled back, and I was like, and I saw it. I saw it as clear as day. I saw it. So basically, they come here. They hate our God, so they try to change laws so that they don't have to see much about our God, but they're prospering based on the work that we do, the taxes that we pay. They would not be able to have the kind of free speech in their country that they have here. The stuff that a lot of these people are saying on the internet and the way they are defying and all kinds of stuff. It is a very ungrateful, entitled attitude that came in when they came here. Now, many of the younger people were born here. And so this is why they feel like they are entitled to this. They don't understand that America is blessed because of the living God, because we have not turned our back on God. We started to see this country go downhill with Barack Obama, because he stood up there as the head of this nation and said, this is not a Christian nation. He wasn't right. And so after he got out, we started to see all this racism. It's as if the U.S. was turned back to before 1950. We went back in time because of a wicked ruler, because we had a wicked king that did not recognize the living God. And what he did was brought a lot of people in here and put them in that stronghold up in Minnesota. It's the middle of the U.S., and it's at the top of the U.S. So it's like a funnel. Everything comes from both sides, up and out. And they fill these carry-on cases and everything with our money and to send it over to a country that's worshiping a demon god. It's not even benefiting us because, see, the enemy cannot build. He can't build anything. He has to steal. And so that's what's happening now. And so now what has become uncovered is that in Texas, this woman just did a whole video. I just shared it on my Facebook page. If you are not friends with me on Facebook, or if you don't follow me on Facebook, find me at Kimberly Blakes. Look for the blue check, because people have started making profiles, or not started. They have been doing it, but it's plenty of profiles under my name, but it's not me. Look for the one with the blue check and scroll down the videos. And there is a girl that is talking about what's going on in Texas. All these visas that have been given out, and these people are here, and they have all come in, and it's like 600 businesses at this one street address. And that is a residential neighborhood. So because of all this fraud is being uncovered because of that one tip of the iceberg, let me tell you what I think. Now, this is not in the Bible. This is according to 1 Kim 1 verse 1. So basically what I believe is happening is that once Trump got in to serve his second term, as the prophet said he would do in 2007, he got in here, he's serving his second term. And so with this second term, God needs to first uncover everything. So before you can fix a thing, you have to uncover it. You have to know what's going on. Before a surgeon does any surgery on you, he's got to see what's going on in you, and he's got to map out a plan. So Trump was in office the first 4 years, and then they stole the election. And for that 4 years, he had a chance to sit there after already sitting in the White House and see what was going to be done. God placed all that in him. You can't do what he's doing unless the living God tells you to do it. You can't have the vision he is having unless God gave it to you. All those other men sat in the White House and nobody talked about buying Greenland. Nobody talked about that. Well, how is it that he did that? And now that he's doing it, we're all looking saying, oh, it's because it's the wisdom of God coming directly from the throne room, because the man was destined to be there for 2 terms at this time and season. I was so disappointed when he didn't serve back to back, but now I see why he could not. We had to be able to see the result of a wicked leader first, and second of all, he needed 4 years of time to be able to sit back and say, okay, what can I do to strengthen this U.S.? That man, before he became president, I never really saw him talk anything about the U.S. It was all about Trump Towers. Everything's gold and this and that. He's always had extravagant vision. And so God had to use that. And he even used that as far as Moses is concerned. I don't know if many of you guys know this, but Moses is a real historical figure. And so Moses was kind of like that. Moses was very extravagant. Moses was somebody that was kind of uppity and that kind of thing. He is in real history books, not just the Bible. He's in actual books, Moses. So anyway, so God had to use him. So God has given him all of this knowledge and everything else because of him having to uncover all of this and make all the crooked places straight. Now, of course, this is God working through a man. Track with me here. God can't do anything in the earth without a man because he gave the earth to man. Okay. So when he gave the earth to Adam, Adam lost it and gave it to Satan. Jesus came back and he was known as the last Adam, and he walked the walk that Adam should have walked. And then he took the keys back to the earth and said, now I'm giving it back to you. And he went and he sat at the right hand of the Father. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically the earth is the Lord's, but he has given that to us. He took it from Satan. And this is why when Jesus came out of that 40-day fast, Satan took him up to a high place and said, if you bow down and worship me, I will give you this. How you giving somebody something that you stole? See, because he was hoping that he could strike a deal, because he knew when Jesus leaves here, when he gives up the ghost, that's it for me. These things that he has created, man is going to bruise my head. They are going to take over. They're going to have dominion over me. He knew that was coming, and that's why he was trying to strike a deal. It did not work. He could not offer anything that did not belong to him. It was stolen. The enemy is a legalist, and he knows the only way he can get any money or anything else is he has to steal it from a Christian nation, because he cannot build on his own, because he does not have the blessing. It was not for him. It came through the lineage and the seed of Abraham. And this is why the Bible talks about you being a seed of Abraham and an heir according to the promise that God made to Abraham. Okay? I hope I'm not going too fast. I was just so excited when I saw this. It was as if a light switch came on. I love when God does that. It's like a light switch comes on and I'm just kind of sitting, and all of a sudden I can see pictures in my mind's eye and I know what's going on. And so basically, let me get back to the topic. What is the topic? Okay, yes. So basically what has happened is the enemy has sent his children here, and they're all over the U.S. They have been here for years, and these people had no plan to ever assimilate. They come here and they take money from us, whether it be by hook or crook, whether they get it legally or illegally, and they try to fly it home so that they can build up there because they know they can't get it there. When you go to some of these third world countries and they're worshiping a cow while they're sitting there starving, now those people could kill that cow and have some beef and some steaks, but because they worship the thing, they don't even know that they are in confusion. They don't even know that they are in deep deception. You are worshiping something that is down here to feed you. So while these cows are walking around and they have created gods out of all these cows, places like India have hundreds and thousands of gods, but yet there is garbage on the street and everything else. How come these gods that have been made of human hands can't do nothing to help them? Right? See, I just want to make you think. That's all. I'm not mad or anything. I'm just excited because I see it. Like I said, they want the benefit of your God without worshiping him. They want the benefit of our God without worshiping him. This is why Ilhan can stand up in Congress as bold as a dog and talk trash about the president of this country, but she can't go back home and do that. She could never do that at home. She would never even have an office. But because they come here and they see that there is weakness, because many of us have trust, we trust people. Because see, the Bible talks about to the pure, all things are pure, right? So what that means, if I don't lie, I don't think other people lie. If I don't steal, I don't think other people steal. You see people through the lens of your own heart. You see them the way you are. So because I don't scam the welfare system, I don't think anybody else does. Because I don't scam daycare systems, that I don't think anybody else does. Because I don't scam when it comes to all of these government programs, I don't think anybody else does. That's them. See? To the pure, all things are pure. Many of you had no idea this was going on. I didn't either. I knew some stuff was going on, the fact that her and those other ones got into office, but I could not have seen that it was at this scale. And I couldn't see it, but God saw it. And that's why within this first year, it went right to Minnesota. Now, how is that? When anybody else that's here would have thought California, we would have thought any of these large cities in Chicago, we would have thought any of those places. But see, God knows, and he will show it to the one that he put in charge of that thing. And that's what he has done for President Trump. I hope I have not lost you guys. I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is why the people are here. This is why they have been sent here. It's not just to destroy the U.S. Yes, they want to destroy the U.S., but they also want to strip us of all of our wealth in order to destroy us. See? So when you think about the children of Israel, when they were leaving Egypt, God directed them to go to their neighbors and to borrow all of the gold and everything else. Those people, how do you borrow a gold bracelet? I ain't never borrowed jewelry from anybody. Now, in my past, I have borrowed sugar and everything else, but I ain't never thought to borrow a piece of jewelry. But God directed them to borrow this jewelry from the Egyptians because that was a form of wealth transfer. Do y'all understand now? Do you see it? It's a form of wealth transfer. So the enemy is trying to do a dishonest wealth transfer by using scams. See, these people can scam because that's just the way it is. That's just the way a lot of people operate. This is why when you go to other countries and you go in to shop and they expect you to make a deal because that's a cultural thing. A lot of people, that's how they do business. But see, God has pulled it all back. And now we can see it, and we can see it as clear as day what's happening. So they have contempt for us, but they want what we have. They have no plan to ever assimilate. They are hostile towards our God because they have a demon God. And this is a spirit behind this. And that spirit is basically leading and guiding them and telling them what to do. See? I sure hope I didn't go off the rails here. I am just trying to explain this the best way I can. I want you to see this because I need you to know what area that you need to pray for. Now, we need to pray that all of this exposure continues to happen, but not only that the exposure happens, but that it is stopped. See, Trump has to stop a lot of what's happening, a lot of the programs, just like with the public aid, the benefits and all that stuff had to stop. It had to stop so that we could look at it and see what was going on. There is no way in the world that we have been living in this country our entire lives and we have been paying taxes all of this time and none of us knew about any of this. We were just thinking this is just the way things are. It is very disingenuous for someone to come in as a guest and to rob us blind. That's it. That is just the bottom line. This is not about me being against immigration because I am not. I am not against it. I have many people that are friends and clients that have come from different countries and they have come here legally. They have come in through the front door and they have enough respect for our nation that they had something to offer it. See, this is like any other thing in your life. If you have a house guest and the house guest comes in and they get on the couch and they have the shoes on, they put mud on the couch and they're tearing up your dishes and your towels and they're ruining your house, wouldn't you tell them to leave? What's so different here? I feel like people don't understand that. I think that they feel like we are just angry about people being here. No, that's not it. There are people that come to benefit this United States. Every other country in this world demands that you have something to offer, that you have some money in your savings account. You have to pay all kinds of fees and everything else in order to become a citizen because they want productive citizens. The U.S. is no different. We should want productive citizens as well. I can make it a little bit more personal. If somebody wants to date you or they want to marry you and they have nothing to offer you, they don't have a home to put you in, they can't help you do anything, they can't benefit you in any way, what kind of relationship is that? come into covenant with someone that could at least meet you where you are. They should not make your life worse. Whoever enters your life, whether that is a relationship that is friendly or whether that is a relationship that you're going to marry a person, whatever that is, make sure it's something that is mutually beneficial. How has it been mutually beneficial for us to take in people as refugees and they game the system, they learn the system, game the system, rob us blind, are on TV telling lies in $3,000 glasses? Please help me understand. See, I'm not trying to be a jerk about this. I just want to help you think. That's all. So I saw that. I made a post about it on my Facebook page, and I just want to see what the conversation is about. So I'm going to finish this up and just get over there and see what they're talking about on my page regarding what's happening. And so God has brought that to my attention for a reason. And so now, things are getting clearer and clearer, and I love it. I appreciate it greatly. And so I just wanted to say that. And so that's it. Thank you so much. And I am excited about everything that is being uncovered. I'm excited about how God is using President Trump. I'm excited about everything that's happening. I mean, I'm telling you, we are on the precipice of great things. So you guys should be excited as well as we close. Remember this: God has not called us to confusion. He has not called us to compromise. He's not called us to be in fear. He has called us to clarity and to alignment with the truth. And that truth, the only truth that can be found, the real truth, will be the truth of God's word. Do not rush past what God is calling you to think about. So if I have said something and it sticks with you, think about that. Go to him, sit with it, pray about it, pray through it. Ask the Holy Spirit to order your steps. You don't have to listen to me. I am not the final authority, but I just want you to think. And that's all. That's all. If what I have said, if this episode or any of the other episodes have brought any clarity, please share it with somebody. These people are looking for help. People are looking for help. I get more messages from people online that just want to understand what's going on, or they just might need some prayer. Please share this with somebody. This is a new podcast. I am new to this, and I covet your prayers, and I ask for your help in getting this word out. Now, the last time I checked, y'all, this podcast has been played in 5 countries and 169 cities. I am overwhelmed and honored, and it's been less than 2 weeks. So until the next time, stay anchored in the word, be led by the Holy Spirit, and be unmoved by the noise that is in this world. This has been the Faith Frame Perspective with me, your host, Kimberly Blakes. Thank you so very much.
Okay, this will be take 1 of the Kimberly Blakes promo. Hit it.
What do you want me to say?
Just read the script.
Okay. Kimberly Blakes is joining the...
What?
Kimberly Blakes.
Whoa, stop. Why are you doing that?
I'm sounding like you.
Don't sound like me. Sound like you.
Okay. Kimberly Blakes.
Will you stop? Kimberly Blakes is coming to the Doc and Carolyn podcast, published author and host of the Faith Framed Perspective podcast.
I love Kimberly.
They have not met an authentic, blood-bought believer. They have not met somebody that's willing to die for the word. Now, I am someone that is like that. I see it this way. If you're not willing to live for Christ, you are unfit to die for him. If you are not willing to die for him, you are also unfit to live for him. That's how I see it.
A Kingdom Minute with Kimberly Blakes, now playing on the Doc and Carolyn podcast.
The Doc and Carolyn podcast, available on Spotify, iHeartMedia, or you can just ask Alexa.